start with a quick review for this book, The Voltage Effect. How to make a good ideas great and great ideas scale. Very interesting a book about scaling, how to make things better. I also liked his own experience about working in Uber. I think he worked in Lyft too. Interesting ideas. I've done that in the past a little bit, so interesting idea of having or just used those services. It's just interesting of how they worked, all kinds of research they did, all kind of experiments they did. So a real good combination. Not the best, but pretty good, I would say. Interesting data there. I would say 4 out of 5. Let's see the notes. False positives drive any ideas to the ground when scaling. Because if you had a false positive, you thought this is good, but it's not, it would prevent from scaling. The winner's curse is a situation where the winners outbid the competitors and ended up with overpaying. It's a winner's curse. They overpay for shit. You think they won, but they overpaid. Replications prevented some scaling issues by finding that ideas can't scale. That's why you want to replicate. Make sure it's real good, that really it could replicate in another study. That's when you can see that, oh, you want to scale. Memberships can always scale because if enough customers abuse the system, the company would lose on the bottom line. Membership's part of the idea is that people use it, but not too much. So you pay kind of like a monthly. But if you come to the gym every day, they're just going to start losing money. Same thing with many other things. So they can't always scale. There's a problem with memberships. Interesting. The selection effect is what happened when insomniacs flock to a sleep study, skewing the results. That's a perfect example of the selection effect. Only insomniacs come to the sleep study, they skew the result either way. Either they're working or not working. But it's not necessarily going to scale to the general public. Some things can't scale, such as chef restaurants, as it depends on the person and often ingredients too. Not everything could scale. Chef restaurant is the person, and there is some examples he brings in the book that when they're trying to scale it, it usually don't last for too long, if at all. Sometimes the ingredients, they're only in one country, only from one place. It could deteriorate when they're trying to scale. Increasing driver pay resulted in the same earning after a few weeks as more drivers entered the market. Very interesting. So they did an experiment. They increased the driver pay. What ends up happening? They earn less. It's kind of like revert back to the mean because more drivers go out. Oh, they can make good money. And then they just stay empty some of the time until it reaches the same level. Very interesting. Perfection is the enemy of scale. You can have it perfect. You can, for example, he did also some things with the schools. You can have all good teachers, just can't scale. You can have it on a small scale, but if you're trying to be on a bigger scale, you cannot have all good teachers because there is not enough of them. It's better to quit early in order to save opportunity cost. It's kind of like the sunk cost thing. You need to quit early because you can do something else in the meantime. Diversity statements backfire as the applicants suspect companies say it only because they have to. Interesting how things could backfire. It's kind of like a economics thing, economics idea that whatever you think it is, sometimes it backfires. Same with diversity statement. Apparently, people think that they just say it to say it, but they don't mean it. Interesting. That's for the notes. Interesting, definitely interesting book. I learned some things out of it about scaling, about their experience. So yeah, 4 out of 5. Thank you.